same choice, which will lead to the same behavior, which will create the same experience, which will produce the same emotion. I want to talk about that notion of, give me a little more detail on what you mean by the body becomes the mind or the unconscious mind. What do you mean by that exactly? Those are two different things. Your body is your unconscious mind. In a sense, if you're sitting down and you start thinking about some future worst case scenario that you're conjuring up in your mind, and you begin to feel the emotion of that event, your body doesn't know the difference between the event that's taking place in your world, outer world, and what you're creating by emotion or thought alone. So most people then, they're constantly reaffirming their emotional states. So when it comes time to give up that emotion, they can say, I really want to do it. But really, the body is stronger than the mind because it's been conditioned that way. So the servant now has become the master. And the person, all of a sudden, once they step into that unknown, they'd rather feel guilt and suffering because at least they can predict it. Being in the unknown is a scary place for most people because the unknown is uncertain. And people say to me, well, I can't predict my future. Can't predict the future. We are in the unknown, but that is where the magic happens. Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Hope everybody's feeling good, vibrating high. Great start to the morning. It is Tuesday. Amazing start to the week. I'm talking about momentum is here and upon us. Talk about rank ups. I think we had 4 new rank ups literally just yesterday alone. We've got new P300s popping, P600s are blowing up. We've got withdrawals. Portfolios are going through the roof. Such an amazing time today. Taco Tuesday. You already know. Love it, love it, love it. So today, fam, super short and sweet. Great topic. We're going to be diving into what is known as the Wayne Dyer. Change the way we see things, and the way we see things can absolutely change. So let's go ahead and get into it for today. What is a little bit of gratitude down below? Maybe some wins for the week, some accomplishments. Always love celebrating some accomplishments and some wins. So if you have any, feel free to go ahead and drop them down below. And let's go ahead and get into this one. Change the way we see things. And the way we see things will change. Love it, love it. IG, good morning, fam. So good to see you. A lot to be grateful for. So grateful for God. So thankful to be alive. So blessed to have this community, each and every single one of you. I'm telling you every day, the synergy every one of us creates what's called teamwork, right? Teamwork makes the dream work. Together, everyone achieves more. So I'm proud of you, fam. A lot to be thankful for. We've got in our blueberries, our Kangen, got a little bit of yoga this morning. The journaling, the reading is knocked out. So we're feeling good, right? Regardless of what's happening, there's always little pieces to go ahead and pick to be grateful from anywhere, right? Whatever that is. Jimena, good morning. Let's go. It's good to see you. What's going on, fam? Awesome. So let's dive into it. Today's topic is change the way we see things. The way we see things will change. So here's something that's interesting, okay? And I love going back to this example because it's something I believe a lot of us can relate to. Here's the visual, right? How many of you guys have ever been driving in your car, right? We're driving, it could be on the freeway or maybe just around town, and all of the sudden you start to see those lights, right? Those lights that we all know gives you that pit in your stomach. You see the blue lights, you see the red lights, and they're in your rear view, and we start getting butterflies, right? All of a sudden our hands start sweating. We start gripping the steering wheel extra hard. We start getting nervous. Our pitch start dripping. How many of us know what this feels like? Drop a 3 down below if you've ever been in that scenario, right? Now watch what happens. Imagine the cop swerves around you. I don't know if you guys have ever had that happen, where they might have just been trying to get around you and they flip the lights on. You think it might be for you, and we put both hands on the wheel. We get all sturdy. We get all studious for a second, and then they blow right by us, and we are literally just like, woo! That was a close call. You guys know the feeling? You've been there a couple of times. It's scary. It's pretty terrifying. But pay attention. Here's the lesson, though.
What's interesting about this is when this happens, a lot of the times we might be sitting up straight, both hands on the wheel, but a couple minutes after the cop leaves, we might go right back to exactly how we were living. And this is kind of how life happens. This is the visual that I've been able to see happen over and over again. Maybe it might be a health scare with the family. Maybe it might be temporary financial issues. Maybe it could be something that's going on that's out of our control that makes us really go ahead and say, you know what, I need to build my relationship with my creator. Maybe somebody, I know one of my grandfather he's having serious heart problems right now. So anytime anything health or medical related, it's always a wake up call. Like, man, maybe we should think about what we're eating. Maybe we should take a second and think about how much sugar are we digesting on a daily basis. How many sweets am I eating? But a lot of the times we only really get serious about it when something serious in life or something serious to us happens. So I've seen it over and over again. And what I've come to really just want to sink in is we don't have to wait till life becomes heck in a handbasket to really decide to make these decisions. Because just like Neno was talking about on the call this morning, I'm right there with him. Nobody's perfect. Everybody grows through their own different pieces and stories in life. But I believe it's these lessons, it's these valleys that allow us to really go ahead and dig deep. Maybe figure out something that was in our blind spot. A lot of us don't realize it, but yes, we all have blind spots. Some spots that we might think we know, but there's always spots that we don't see completely. And that's why I love the exercise that he actually had in his journal. See, what he did was he wrote down in his journal with a red pen and a blue pen 2 different things. And it could be something so simple. 2 different things. Writing down maybe 7 to 10 lies that we tell ourselves in red, and then in blue, writing the truth underneath those lies. So let's just say, for example, I've been eating healthy, I've been eating good. That could that could be something that we're telling ourselves. But when it comes down to nighttime, been diving into some serious ice cream, right? Beginning some cheap meals late at night. So that's the truth. We can say we're really doing it, but deep down, we all know exactly what the blue pen is supposed to write. So we can do this with every different area, whether it be our health, finances, our relationship with our creator, maybe the value that we give to society. This is something that even I'm talking about. My red right now, I'm giving enough value out, but I know for myself, I can be putting out more content. I have a lot more value to be able to give, right? I've been in my shell as well. Like life has definitely been lifing for me too, but I love Neno's call. He gave us 3 different keys to really go ahead and handle what might be happening in life, kind of like the rising of a phoenix. And it's so true to be able to take time to reflect, embrace the challenge, figure out what's the lesson, and how can we go ahead and take this lesson moving forward. Even for myself, I love what he was saying. Getting a relationship with our creator, this is almost like armor. This is like the swords going out to battle. Because there's certain times in life we can't hustle our way out of it. There's certain things we can't talk our way out of it. A lot of it has to do with right here with the mindset, the self-talk, the belief that we have, but realizing anybody that you know, the toughest situations in life, I don't believe that any of us have been able to get through those scenarios by ourselves. And same thing coming into the future. We all have a helping hand, whether you believe it or not. So this is crucial. Because when we change the way we see things change. So what might seem like a test, what might seem like a battle, what might seem like a serious trial and tribulation, in reality could be shaping us for the future and shaping us for what is to come. This is where real discipline is created. Seriously. You don't know what discipline is like until you've been down and out, you've been in the shadows for a little bit, and then we start getting back into the sunlight. We start getting back out into the unknown, back out into the darkness. But it's funny because just like the world right here, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's darkest right before the brightest hour. This is how the days work. It gets darkest right before the brightest part of the morning. So when you really get into the journey, when you really realize that, just like Cedric was saying, God is the answer. Whoever your creator is. They say reading, right? The reason why reading is so powerful, especially something like the Bible, they say there's never going to be a problem. There's never going to be something that you or I is going to experience that hasn't already been written down and talked about in a book. And that's true, right? Who was it? It was Will Smith that actually said it. Some of the two most powerful things in life is running and reading. He said reading for the exact reason I just told you, especially like the Bible. It has all of these amazing stories that we can pick from to really allow things to relate at a deeper level. Like even for me, the story of Elijah going out into the desert for 40 days with no food, no water relates. How about David and Goliath? Some of you might feel like we're going against a massive monster inside of our life. It might seem like they're 50 feet tall. They have all the armor. They have all the weapons. And it seems like life is just a battle every day. We're going up against this monster. But just like David, all we need is faith like the power of a mustard seed. And that's where it all begins. So I love these stories. I love the perspective shift, because the moment that we can change the way we see things, that period of life that seems like it's heavy, that seems like it's overwhelming, just like what I've been going through for the whole month of February. Fam, the whole month of February, I was going through it like I can't even begin to put in words. You talk about waking up stressed out. You talk about waking up anxious and afraid to see that next phone call because you don't know what it's going to be. If it's the police telling you something that you don't want to hear. I lived that all last month. And even right now, as I'm still growing through this storm right now, I'm listening to this lesson. I know that I can be equipped inside of this storm so that when I get out of it, we're going to come out a lot stronger, a lot more powerful than we came in. Drop some twos down below if this is a massive change of perspective. To know that whatever storm is happening right now, that we're going to come out 10 times stronger, 10 times more powerful than we actually came in. You got to believe that. I don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe in accidents. I really believe that everything, no matter what it is, happens for a reason. Just like my sister, I didn't understand that at the time. That was one of the most worst things that I wouldn't wish that upon anybody's enemy. Nothing negative. And I didn't know why at the time, but as I started to get older, it started to make sense. It's in his plan, not ours. We're allowed to write the story. He's the one that edits it along the way. So with that being said, fam, just know I'm not perfect, right? I grow through things just like you. I have problems. I get anxious. I feel fear too. And I love how Nano got into that today because it's so real. Vulnerability is power. Share your vulnerability. There's no reason to be afraid to share the fact that, you know what? Today is a character building day. But this is what I'm learning from it. This is my takeaways. This is the piece that I'm ready to go ahead and elevate with. Because you have a family. You have a community right here. We're not alone. I learned this at the very beginning. This is something that we're all doing for ourselves. Yes. But we're definitely not by ourselves. We have amazing souls from all different walks of life, from all different parts of the planet, to be able to share this love, grow through this journey, use these words of encouragement, use each other as a helping hand, as a shoulder to lean on. When you might not feel like you can hold all the weight yourself, you always have somebody here to be able to go ahead and help you hold the weight. Because when you get out, just like the gym, when you start holding more weight, guess what starts to happen? You start to build more muscle. And that's what we're doing. We're building the muscles in our mind. We're building the muscles physically. And we're strengthening our soul, the mind, the body, and the soul. So, fam, I love you guys. I appreciate you. And this is what it's all about. When we change the way we see things will change. Maybe in our business, we're not seeing all of the yeses come around right now. Maybe in our portfolio, there's a couple investments that we missed out on, that we didn't catch. I know the feeling. I feel it with you. But guess what? There's more sessions to catch. There's more people to impact. There's more growth to be made. And there's a lot more abundance that's waiting for each and every single one of us. So go ahead and drop some fives down below. If you guys know this abundance is here, it's ready to go ahead and rain down on each and every single one of us, because we're expecting. And we are definitely getting miracles. I appreciate you, fam. I'm so proud of each and every single one of you. If nobody told you today, let me be the first one to tell you on a Tuesday, I'm proud of you. I see the growth. Those of you that got through your 75 hard challenge, amazing. That is a feat that you got to really think about it. No, not many people really get through that challenge. If you don't believe me, go read Andy Frisella's book to tell you himself that is an elite challenge. So give yourself a pat on the back. Fran, it's good to see you. Love you, dreamers. See you in AZ. That's right. AZ is going to be coming up in 1 month. Get your tickets. They're not going to last too much longer. And I'm fired up, fam. This is going to be one of those experiences and memories and moments that you do not want to miss. This is where the magic happens. I'm talking about the conversations, going to the events, the after events, the masterminds, getting around the chairman, getting around the educators, and asking those questions that you never know could literally change the entire game. Maybe it could be a crypto play. Maybe it could be something that we're implementing into our e-commerce store, into our portfolio, or adding into our trading style. I've seen it time and time again, and this is why I cannot miss events, especially if they're in the U.S. If it's in the U.S., you already know we are out there. So Dream Team, appreciate you guys. Drop some fives down below. Smash that like button if you guys got some value for today. And let's go out and turn these dreams into reality. Anything you need, we're here for you, fam. Turn these dreams into reality. It's game time. Let's grow.